Useless First Dates, Episode 2, The Smelly Scotsman. Let me set the scene. A party, mutual friends, a tall Scottish man with a sweet smile, a 10-year head start on me in life experience, and absolutely no idea how to pack a toiletry bag. This is the story of the most fragrant 2 nights of my life, and not in a good way. We met through friends at a party, one of those easy, natural meetings where the conversation just flows. He was charming, warm, a little lost in that endearing way some people are when they're between chapters. Between jobs, studying. Temporarily back at his parents' place in Scotland while he figured things out. 10 years older than me, 40-something, which I mention not because age is the point of this story, but because it becomes relevant later, very relevant. We started dating. Long distance, Scotland, to London. The kind of thing that runs entirely on voice notes and anticipation. 3 weeks in, we decided he'd come and stay for a weekend. 2 nights. His first time visiting me. I was excited. I tidied the flat. I bought nice food. I was ready. He was not. He arrived after a long day of travel. Flight down, then the trek across London. I gave him a hug, showed him around, suggested he might want to freshen up after the journey. He went for a shower, he came out, and something was off. I don't know quite how to describe it other than the shower had not done what showers are supposed to do. There was no improvement. If anything, the situation had been redistributed rather than resolved. I asked, as gently as I could, whether he was feeling okay, whether the journey had just been that rough. He looked at me, completely unbothered, and said he'd forgotten to bring shower products. No shower gel, no shampoo, no deodorant, no toothbrush, nothing. For a romantic weekend away, travelling from Scotland, at 40-something years old. Now here's my moral dilemma, and I'm genuinely asking because I still think about this. What exactly was I supposed to do? This man had travelled the length of Britain to see me. He was standing in my flat, freshly unshowered, looking at me with complete innocence. Was I supposed to send him back? Was I supposed to say, actually, could you pop to Boots before we continue this date? I did what any reasonable person would do under the circumstances. I ordered him shower gel on Deliveroo, and then I gritted my teeth, and I smiled, and I hosted the most fragrant 2 nights of my life. He also, and I want to be clear that I am not exaggerating here, had not packed enough t-shirts for the full duration of his stay, so I Amazoned those too. 2 basic t-shirts, next day delivery, for a grown man in his 40s who had packed for a romantic weekend away like he was running to the corner shop. At some point during those 2 nights, in my 2-bedroom flat, which suddenly felt approximately the size of a cupboard, I began to quietly make peace with my decision. This was not going to work. He went home. I broke it off not long after, told him we were at different phases of life, which was true, in a way. He was at a phase where personal hygiene was optional. I was at a phase where it was not. 2 days after he left, my mum came to visit. She walked into my flat, looked around, and said, "What is that smell?" And that was the moment I knew I had made absolutely the right decision. So, what would you have done? Would you have said something sooner? Sent him home? Suffered in silence like I did? Because I genuinely don't know what the right answer is. You can't tell someone they smell, especially someone who's just travelled hours to see you. But you also can't pretend everything is fine when your flat smells like a rugby changing room for 2 days. Drop your verdict in the comments. I'll read every single one. And if a man has ever made you Amazon him basic necessities during a romantic weekend, you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone.